Hello, Max Azaleas here, and as you can see from the title, this is a video about odium theologicum and good versus evil. Your beliefs are wrong, haha, in your face. That makes you pissed off, which creates this. And that's one example of what can happen. This can happen in public. You could be walking along, as a Christian in this case, walking along, and you pass a sign that an atheist has put up that says, "There is no God, get over it." Whoa! What the fuck's this? So, that creates a cognitive dissonance in your mind. You don't like what the sign says, so you can do many things now. Well, we don't like the message of this sign. We can either protest it, damage it, and it gets into all kinds of illegal activities from then on. And the most recent sense of this is the false DMCA claims which are being made against atheist videos. Oh, wondrous day. Yeah, things like Islam Way, I am familiar with what you've done. Put that aside. So yeah, false DMCAing, and it's a very serious thing to false DMCA because it's penalty of perjury. But anyway, the odium theological. Odium theologicum is basically saying, it's basically literally translated as theological hatred. The name originally given to the intense anger that's created by arguing in amongst religious people. And you can see this with an argument with from a theological standpoint and an atheist standpoint. Bearing in mind that atheist is everything that theism isn't. We have this. Ascribing good and evil. Notice how I put evil in capitals and good in lowercase. There's a reason for this. The concepts of good and evil are not necessary, but they are sufficient to cause an argument. Why aren't they necessary? Well, let's look at this from a secular view. Okay, so Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, Taoism, stuff like this. Everything involving some kind of karma. So we're going to have luck in here, because luck obviously is some form of belief. Because obviously if you have luck, oh, come on, good luck. Come on, bad luck. So, yeah, you got luck in there as well. So you got good and evil. Good and bad, right and wrong, things like this. Now, they're non sequitur in their approach, because I can put anything under these two headings. And, well, let's do that then, shall we? You may have ascribed good and evil to things, but they are non sequitur. For example, the lights on and the lights being off. I've not put them under any heading, but you're about to watch me take the mick out of the religious standpoint. So, hats on for this one, folks. Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. Number 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. 3. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. 4. And God saw the light, and that it was good. Yea, the Lord said the light was good. Therefore having the lights on is good. So turn all the lights on in your house. I don't mean any lights that are turned off. I want all the lights on because God said the light was good. Therefore you must light all of the streets. There must be no place that's darkness. Let no shadow be cast on anything. Because light is good and lack of light is evil. God said that the light was good in Genesis chapter 1. Therefore, the light must be good. You must carry the staff of light with you everywhere you go. The light is the best thing in the world. Take the light with you. Carry a light at all times. This is what God has decreed. So that's saying that light's good. Well, okay. So we've got a biblical reference to say that light's good. Okay, let's try and argue that light's bad. Yea, the man tried to sleepeth, but the light prevented him. And this is bad, because sleep is necessary, and because it's necessary, it is good. Yea, at night we require the darkness. Darkness is the way forward. It is the good way. Do not listen to the other folks, the unbelievers in the way of darkness, because darkness promotes sleep. And sleep is good, therefore darkness is good. Notice what happens when you start ascribing good things, and carry on. And because darkness is good and light is the opposite of darkness, therefore light is bad. And because it's bad, it's evil, and the trickster God created light. So now you've got two opposing theologies, which says, one says that light's good and darkness is evil, and the other says that darkness is good and light's evil. And they contrast and conflict, and what's going to happen? This is going to happen. You're going to have odium theologicum occur. When those two different sects meet, how dare you say such blasphemy against the Lord of light? How dare you speak against the Lord of the darkness? How? Draw your sword, we will fight to the death. Slash. And that's basically what happens. And this is kind of a juxtaposition of light and dark, which happens to be the same juxtaposition that's made in many texts. Oh dear, we seem to have found the root cause, good and evil. Well, God is good and the devil is evil. That's obviously how it works. Well, we can ascribe good and evil to anything we want. I could say that this battery, my camera, is evil. This is the battery for the camera that's recording now. Which begs the question, how is it running without the battery? We're going to ignore that for now. So yeah, we can ascribe good and bad to anything. It tastes nice, therefore it's good. Fair enough. But then you eat too much of it. Therefore, tasting things is bad, because it promotes you to eat too much. It tempts you into eating it. And temptation is the work of the devil. So you have a problem when you ascribe good and bad. That's why it's important to step away from morality and look at things objectively. Well, how do you look at things objectively? It's quite simple. You do not ascribe good and bad. You say things as they are. The scientific method, in other words. You observe things and say what they are. So as soon as you start ascribing good and bad, you start losing your logic and start entering fallacy. Ascribing right and wrong is as simple as putting a label on something. Good and evil. And good and evil have no place in a secular society, because good and evil, unfortunately, aren't logical. They are very much into the theological debate. The theological debate relies on them so much that that's its main premise of indoctrination. If you do not believe you are evil, and evil people go to hell. And the Lord said the light was good!